This is a training series made in collaboration with Saucony. I'm going to be testing, training, and racing in their all-new endorphin range for my Noosa marathon build. Saucony has a long history of producing high-quality footwear for runners. Their shoes are recognized for their comfort, durability, and performance, making them a favorite amongst serious runners and athletes. You can find their all-new endorphin range out now on their website. So big shout out to Saucony for jumping on board the Chasing 245 series. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to another Noosa Marathon 245 series. We are getting dangerously close to game day with only just 5 weeks to go. Another week done, another week of training diaries. The series where we sit down and we have a chat about the previous week of training, a deep dive into the world of Dave. This week was interesting for sure, and moving to the Gold Coast, I think, was to blame for that. Last Wednesday, Michaela, Chili, and I packed up our lives and we moved to the Gold Coast. This was something that we've wanted to do for a while now, so it was really big for us to finally make the jump. But it was also super taxing on the body and mind, and it left me feeling pretty fatigued after having massive days on Tuesday and Wednesday. This is my first week where I skipped a few kilometers in my sessions and actually didn't complete the training plan to a T because I just decided to prioritize rest and recovery rather than just overreaching and slogging it out just to get the easy miles done. It was one of those weeks where I feel like I didn't necessarily go backwards in fitness, but I didn't necessarily go forwards too much in fitness either. It was kind of just like a base week. But in saying that, I did manage to get some decent-ish mileage for the week, clocking 92 kegs in total. And I managed to get a pretty decent midweek session in as well, where I managed to hit all of my paces and it actually turned out to be a really good session. So I'm actually quite proud of that one as well. So overall, I guess with the mileage, it was an easier week on the legs, but overall it was a harder week on my body. So let's get into the Strava breakdown of the week that was the 15th to the 21st of April. This video series is proudly sponsored by Aid Station. They are supporting me with all of my fueling and hydration needs for the Noosa Marathon training block. I've been using Aid Station to stock up on gels, electrolytes, and triple magnesium since the Melbourne Marathon build, and I haven't looked back since. They are offering my viewers 10% off with the code DAVES10, which you can find in the description of this video. Back to you, Dave. All right, so we start off the week on Monday. Monday is my easy recovery jog. This is usually done after my Sunday longy, so I'm usually feeling pretty battered, pretty bruised, and it's just basically, don't look at the heart rate, don't worry about pace, just go out and just run for 40 minutes and try to feel as good as you can about it. So that's exactly what I did. 40 minutes, 7.5 Ks, and that's 5:21 pace. This was literally the day after that big marathon workout. If you haven't watched that video, it's the video that I'm probably most proud of that I've ever posted online. And I think it's gonna be the start of many great videos to come of that same vibe. I really liked the raw aspect to the video. I try not to put music behind it and just make it like a, look how cool I am, look at me running fast with some sick music in the background. I wanted it to be more of a raw, just more about the training, more about the running style video, and I think I portrayed that pretty well, and I hope it was well received by you guys. It's getting some love, but yeah, if you haven't watched that already, make sure you go back and watch that, because yeah, it's a really good watch in my opinion. Obviously I'm biased because it's my content, but I think it is something that you guys would really enjoy if you haven't watched it. I ran those in the On Cloud Eclipse. By the way, lots of easy running this week. Those On Cloud Eclipse are getting the mileage up nicely. Then moving on to Tuesday. So like I said, Tuesday and Wednesday were massive days for me. I moved on Wednesday, so Tuesday was, all of the day was spent, in the morning I was at work until about 10 o'clock, and then basically every minute after that was just packing boxes, moving, just tough on the body and just tough on the mind as well. So it's quite high stress. I don't usually work under much stress. So yeah, having a big, long, stressful day for me, it does a lot more to my body than probably the normal person who deals with that more often than I do. But on the plan, I had an easy hour, so 60 minutes, but this quickly turned to just a 5 kilometer run. So I left it until 5:45 to go out for my run, and this was after a massive day of just packing and, like I said, stress. So I was feeling pretty arse for this. I did plan on going out and doing the hour, but when I got on the legs and I started running, I knew it wasn't going to do me any good going out and just trying to slog out this hour and just feeling absolutely shithouse. My body felt rough. So I just decided to do 5Ks, and this was at 5:26 pace. To be honest, this was an absolute slog, and I've written here in the description, this was pretty tough, not gonna lie. Big day packing the house to move. It was meant to be 60 minutes, but just did what I could, and that's exactly what I did. I just did what I could. Still got a little bit of time on the legs, but yeah, decided to just go for the 30 minutes, or not even, for 5K for that one. That was running the On Cloud Eclipse again. The next day I had 80 minutes on the cards. So because I had the complete day off on Wednesday, didn't have to work, was just purely moving day. I was like, I'm getting up early, and to make up from the night before, I'm gonna do my full scheduled 80 minutes. So that's exactly what I did. I got up nice and early, ran at 5:47, so it was dark when I started running, perfect temp. I felt a lot better, especially after a pretty good night's sleep as well. Slept like a baby after that big day, but I had 80 minutes on the cards. This one was done at 4:50 pace, and I ran 16.5K. Obviously, I was feeling a lot better for this, and it was also my last run in Burpengary. So I just tried to enjoy it as much as I could, and I knew I had a big day coming up. I just tried to smash it, and then just dealt with the day as it came. It ended up being a massive day. The Gold Coast is about 80 minutes itself from my old house, so we did a couple of trips back and forth to get chili and drop the truck off, and it was just a massive day. Got that 80 minutes done, and really stoked that I did. The next day was meant to be my Thursday workout. So usually I have the one session during the week. It's on a Thursday. It's usually a big, high volume, just a really taxing session on the body. I had all plans to do this Thursday morning, the first morning I woke up at the Gold Coast, but because of that massive day Wednesday and a little tweak that I had in my back from moving boxes and just lifting heavy shit all day, I woke up that morning and my back was really quite sore. So I left the run until about 7:30. I was just trying to warm the body up and then get it moving before I go and do this workout, and I opted to just do an easy 30 minutes instead of the session. My back was feeling rough, my body was still feeling fatigued, and again I just chose to be on the safer side and just treat it as a bit of a rest day. So I did an easy 30 minutes, 5-minute pace, got me 6Ks, and I just wrote here, little twinge in my back plus a massive day moving yesterday, so opted for a recovery run instead. And I do think there is merit in shifting those workouts around, especially if you're able to do it with your schedule. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you do your Thursday session on Thursday. As long as you're getting that session in, then I feel like that's okay. And even if you don't get it in and you get a half session in, you're still better off doing that and recovering well than feeling shithouse and then possibly feeling worse the next day, etc. So opted for the easy 30, again in the cloud eclipse. Then the next day, Friday, so I decided to get up nice and early, meet up with Tommy and run with his run club and do the Thursday session that I missed out the day before. But long story short, I ended up rocking up late. The group had already left me, so I just ended up doing this session solo. My back was feeling probably about 75%. I could feel that it was there, but didn't give me any dramas, to be honest. And I ended up doing the workout. So this workout, like always, those midweek sessions are super taxing, big sessions in my opinion. I find these sessions almost harder than the Sunday workouts. And that's saying something. That's saying something. So for the workout, we have a 15 minutes warm up and cool down, just run at an easy pace. Then for the workout, we have 10Ks done at marathon efforts. Keyword efforts, doesn't have to be goal marathon pace. Because I was still feeling maybe about 75-80%, I definitely opted for marathon efforts. For my marathon efforts, I was kind of trying to dial in around that 3:55 to 4 minute pace. I wasn't really fussed on like running slower splits than my goal marathon pace. It was pretty much just about getting the work done, getting some quality reps in, and then like feeling good about myself and feeling good for the session. So I ran the 10K in 39:41, so that was 3:58 pace. So the effort was there, and you got to remember, guys, that even though you're not hitting your goal marathon pace, with a taper, fresh legs, that effort will most likely feel like your goal marathon pace, even though you're doing marathon effort, if that makes sense. So yeah, ran in at 39:41, so yeah, 3:58 pace on average. Then we had a 3 minutes standing recovery, and then we went into 10 times, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. The 1 minute ons were done at 5K efforts, and the 1 minute offs were done at an easy jog / float. So for the 5K effort, 1 minute reps, these were, I'm not sure if the heart rate, well not the heart rate, I'm not sure if the GPS was all over the shop or my body was, but I was feeling pretty beat up by this stage. But the 1 minute ons were 3:41 pace, so definitely a bit off. 3:25, 3:17, 3:38, and then it said 4:26, 4:25, which is definitely wrong. 3:55, 3:37, and then 4:17 for the last one. I think the GPS might have been playing up on the road that I was on, but like I said, keyword is effort, 5K effort here. So as long as you're getting the good quality work in, then I feel like that's okay. And my float recoveries were done at 4:28, 4:26, 4:49, 5:5, 4:36. So yeah, around that 4:30 to 4:45 pace with that. Again, just trying to get the good volume in. So for the session, it was 92 minutes in duration. We ran 21.2 kilometers, and this was done at 4:22 pace. So got the half marathon done in volume for the session, and overall, this is a session I am really proud of, considering I had basically 3 massive days of packing and moving and the rest, and still managed to get a pretty decent, pretty quality session in. So yeah, pretty proud of myself for that one. And I ran these ones in the Brooks Hyperion Elite 4s. I did this because I felt like I wanted to have a bit of that extra oomph from the carbon plated shoe, but I didn't want to wear the Saucony Elites and put too many miles on them before I wear them for the Noosa Marathon. They're at about 72 Ks of total mileage now, so I don't really want to do any more Ks in them, if possible, until the Noosa Marathon, I reckon. I've just purchased a new carbon plated race day shoe that I'm going to be wearing for pretty well all of my sessions and my half marathon coming up this weekend, and they actually should arrive in the mail today. Well, hopefully. But yeah, I'm sure you guys will see and hear all about that on my Instagram and my YouTube channel, probably coming up in the next week. Yeah, wore the Brooks, they felt really good. They're starting to get a bit flogged out. I think they're about 300 Ks deep as well. But yeah, really good Friday session. Then we come to Saturday. So Saturday, we have 80 minutes easy. This one I got to do straight from my doorstep. I ran all the way up through Main Beach. It was a really nice run. I was feeling a little bit beat up from the big session the day before, but overall felt pretty good. This one was done at 4:58 pace, so I ran 16.1 Ks. This was done in the Saucony Ride 17s. Don't know why, just felt like wearing those for a bit of a change. They felt good. You forget how good a shoe is if you don't wear it for a little while, and then you put it on and it's refreshing, sort of going through a bit of a shoe rotation. So yeah, I like it. Also met up with Tommy, a Gold Coast local. I'm sure if you're subscribed to me, you're probably subscribed to Tommy Newell as well. But if you're not, make sure you check out his YouTube channel and his Instagram. He's an absolute legend, really good friend of mine, who is a Gold Coast local. So met up with him. It was great running with him. And yeah, just felt really good that session. And the sun was out, guns were out. Just loved it. Then we come to the last day of the week, the Sunday Longy. So because I have a half marathon race this weekend, last Sunday, and I think just because of the move and everything, we just had an easy 90-minute long run on the schedule. And to be honest, I was really looking forward to this. I was really looking forward to not having to run 2 hours, and it was just like, it was nice. It was refreshing kind of having that deload on the weekend. So I ran for 90 minutes. This one was with the run club that Tommy runs with. These guys are all full of, like, these guys and girls are all weapons. Like, there's a 2:30 marathoner, there's like a 2:20 marathoner. Yeah, they're really good runners, and what they like to do for their long runs is they like to start at a decent pace and they sort of progress as they go through, and this is exactly what they did. So overall for the run, I ran 20k, 4:34 per kilometer average, and it took me about 90 minutes. So if you look at the graph, we started at 5-minute Ks, then we went 450s, 440s, 430s, and we sort of just really evenly progressed our way through, and then we ended up finishing about 420s for the final K. So something I haven't done before with my long runs, and I really enjoyed it. It was good having a group of about 10 or so people just to shoot the shit with and take your mind off the running, and it really felt quite easy getting into like that rolling pace when you're just chatting and you're not really thinking about it. So shout out to those guys. I'm probably going to be doing a few more long runs in the future with them. It's really handy. They're literally at my doorstep. I can just drive 2 minutes up the road, and then I've got a nice group to run with. So that's really reassuring, knowing that there's people like that out there on the Gold Coast that are welcoming and happy to have me join in with their runs. So yeah, and I wore the Brooks Hyperion Elite 4s again because I knew it was going to be a bit faster, and I just, felt like I really just wanted that carbon, just that little bit of extra something under the feet. So, and I thought it was going to be pissing down, and these are really good in the rain. So yeah, that is going to conclude the weekly Strava breakdown for the previous week. Hope you guys enjoyed that. But what we're going to get into now, we're going to get into the viewers' questions, the questions where you guys have asked me on my Instagram or commented below on the YouTube video. You can still do that. Make sure you do that on this video if you have any questions for the next one. But I like to answer these as honestly as possible and as off the cuff as possible. Try not to look at the question too much or think about it before I've got the camera rolling. So let's get into that right now, guys. Okay, so first question. This one's from Cal C Tattoo. No doubt it's probably coming anyway, but thoughts between using Garmin versus Coros Pace 3. So my previous Garmin was a 745, but now I'm rocking the Coros Pace 3, which I'm really liking. Comparing the two watches, I would say Garmin is definitely easier for music. The thing that I probably have liked least about the Coros is that you can't sync your Spotify. It's really old school, and you have to plug your watch into the laptop, download an MP3, and then drag and drop into a folder, and that's how you listen to music, which really limits me to what I can listen to. I can't listen to a podcast just on my watch. I have to carry my phone with me on an easy run to do that. So I'd say that's probably the biggest downside of the Coros compared to the Garmin. But in saying that, there is a good side to that, because I can now download SoundCloud mixes and put them on my watch for like my speed days and times when I want to like listen to something a bit more hardcore in my ears. So on my speed days, I can leave my phone at home and just listen to like a drum and bass mix, or just basically any mix off SoundCloud, which was not possible on the Garmin because you can only link to Spotify. So there's good that comes with it for SoundCloud, but there's bad that comes with it with lack of podcasts. Unless there's a podcast on SoundCloud, which I haven't really looked into, just thinking on the spot right now. But yeah, with paces and heart rate, I'd say they're pretty well exactly the same. One thing I will say about the monitors is I was using the chest strap for Garmin previously, but with the Coros it is a arm strap. So with the arm strap, I don't know if they make it for people that are like just really skinny and don't really have like any lats or like biceps or anything, or maybe I just run with my elbows like locked in pretty close, like with my elbows locked in pretty close, but I get incredible chafe on my lat, which was pretty bad because I couldn't wear the heart rate monitor unless I was wearing a shirt. But what I have realized, I saw on Instagram people have been wearing the band around their forearm, which I did the other day, and it felt comfortable and worked fine. So that's what I'm going to be doing moving forward. But if I had to compare, or if I'm comparing both of the watches, I'd say just really briefly, they're both very good, very, very similar. I know that the Coros is the cheaper option. So if you are looking for more of a, like if you're looking to not spend as much money but still get all of the perks of GPS, listening to music, etc., then I would probably angle more towards the Coros. But yeah, I want to use it a little bit more. I do really like the breakdown of the session that it gives you in the app as well. But yeah, I'll be making a video to compare the two, and I'll probably be making a video more specific on the benefits that I've been using, or I've been gaining from using the Pace 3 as well. But yeah, you'll see that in the future on the channel, I'm sure. But thank you for the question. Next one, this one's from Tristan from my run club. What's up, brother? So, any niggles or worries with the body yet? My calf, ever since the 5K race that I did, the super secret 5K race, I've had a really tight Achilles, or a calf, like really lower calf Achilles, and it's really tight until about 5K into the run. I have to stop, stretch it out a bit, and then it kind of goes away for the rest of the run. It's annoying. It seems to happen a bit more often when I'm wearing the on-cloud clips. Not sure if it's because I'm 500 Ks into them, or maybe it just makes me use my Achilles, my calf a little bit more than other shoes, but that is a little bit of a drama, just because ideally I don't want to have to feel that during my half. Although when I get to like my speed days and I'm wearing other shoes, it doesn't really give me a problem. I mean, I get sore calves after a speed day, but I think that's just from running faster, those faster paces. I guess we'll see how I feel after the half marathon this weekend. I'm going to be wearing Spoiler, the Endorphin Pro 4s from Saucony. Got a fresh pair getting delivered today. Already said that, but hopefully they feel pretty good with my Achilles and my calf, and we come away with a PB. Please, hopefully I haven't jinxed this. But yeah, not really any niggles other than that. Feeling pretty good, feeling pretty fit. And the last question, guys, comes from Jeroelis. Far out. Sorry, mate. I don't want to butcher that. I'm just going to leave it at that. But is 4 days per week enough for marathon training while lifting weights 5 to 6 days a week? 4 days a week, it totally just depends on your situation. Like if you're new to training, if this is your first marathon, then I think 4 days a week is definitely enough. It can be enough. I think as you get deeper into marathon training, 5 to 6 times per week in the gym might be a little excessive, especially because if you're running 4 days a week and training 6 days a week in the gym, you're going to need a hell of a lot of recovery, a hell of a lot of time to recover, and you're really going to have to prioritize looking after your body. I think as you get deeper into marathon prep, you're gonna have to start reducing those weights, and it's gonna have to become more of a maintenance day or maintenance sessions rather than like flocking yourself in the gym. It's just like not possible to have both. You've got to pick whether you want gym to be your A goal or you want running to be your A goal. And if you're training for a marathon, you'd want it to be your A goal, because one, you have to respect the marathon or it will not respect you, and you have to respect the prep, because a marathon is hard. It's hard on the body, and it takes a lot of training and it takes a lot of mental willpower to get through. So you need to be taking it seriously. This question is also really hard to answer because I don't know anything about your background. I don't know if this is your first marathon. I don't know if you've done 10 marathons in the past. I would say 4 days a week of running is definitely enough and will get you over the finish line in one piece. Yeah, I think I would need like just a little bit more information about you and your training to know whether you should be doing more days or you should be doing less days. It just depends on your workload, like how much sleep you're getting, how much you are able to prioritize recovery, and just like a whole lot of other factors that come with it. But yeah, sorry for that. That was a bit of a weird answer, but yeah, I guess I just need more info from you, mate. More info, like how to say your bloody name, for one. No offense there. Don't be offended by that, please. But yeah, that's all the questions for today, guys, and that's going to conclude the Training Diaries episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, you can comment your questions for next week's episode in the comments below, or just wait for my Sunday story upload, and you can just message me on there. But make sure you like and subscribe, guys, so you don't miss any of my future Noosa 245 Marathon Series content. And look forward to another episode coming later on in the week. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.